Woohoo. So it's time for our Friday panel. Please welcome Matthew Cutler, Craig Revel-Horwood, and this Strictly fan.
You're just too good to be true. Can't take my eyes off of you. You'd be like heaven to touch. I want to hold you so much.
It's John Barrowman! Look at you, the Dream Boys. John, I know you love the show.
Yes.
Who particularly has caught your eye? Who are you enjoying the most this series?
It's probably a little controversial because I know some people think he's a little dull, but Ricky, I really like watching.
No!
Yes, absolutely. You know, when I'm watching something, a dance being done, I want to really enjoy that person. I want to kind of have them in my head, and he's the one I like to watch. Let's just be blunt. He's hot.
Okay.
Okay? Let's be really blunt.
He's also pigeon-toed and has bowed legs.
Doesn't matter. He's got a great chest, and I'm not looking at his feet.
Yeah. Details, Craig. Craig, let me ask you. Tomorrow there's two shows. There's one show, and then there's like a long wait till the 9:40 results show. How difficult is that going to be for everyone taking part? Because normally you get the results. When I was there helping out, it's like a plaster. You just go, it's very quick, and this person's leaving. Will it be harder for them all tomorrow?
I think it is, because they have more time to procrastinate, darling. You know, that is the biggest problem and issue with it, that they have to wait and wait and wait, and then if there's like a big old dance-off, you know, they'll be a lot more nervous for that. And I think sometimes it goes against people, you know, the nerve thing. But that being said, it's great having it split into two shows as well. You know, I sort of enjoyed that. I like to have that little break before we go back and do the results show. And plus you get a little bit more entertainment.
Yeah,
yes.
And nerves are good for the second show. That's exciting for the viewer, for us at home to sit and watch and think they might screw up.
Yeah. OK, apologise for any words. You're not speaking anymore. You went out, of course, with Christine Bleak. Yeah, I love Christine in the quarterfinals. How difficult is it to have taken part for so long and then to have left at that point?
I think it's always, you know, it's never nice to go home, but I think when it becomes two dances, it's so much more difficult. Your celebrity's saying to you, I can't do it, I can't learn that much. And we're saying, no, you'll be fine, and thinking, oh my God, it might not work.
Yeah.
So they're like kind of panicking all week long. So it's never nice to go out, but, you know, at least we kind of got to, you know, decent that kind of length in the competition. So I'm sure everyone's going to be, you know, really nervous because they're not prepared enough this week.
Because it's just in terms of the training hours. We're going to look at all their dances. First up, the Latin. First up, your favourite, Ricky and Natalie. Have a look at this.
This week, we need judges back on our side, so I think we're going to have to come up with a beautiful foxtrot for Len. We're going to have to come up with something sexy in the cha-cha for Craig. There's going to be no mistakes for Bruno, and I'm going to put my heart, body and soul into everything for Alicia. OK,
he's going to try everything. This is his cha-cha. Craig, how does it look?
Fashion police, darling. What on earth is he wearing?
OK, never mind.
I mean, I know, I'm trying to look at the footwork, but it's a little difficult with a pair of pants over the trousers. Anyway, hip action, I think, is very, very good, actually. He's got a lovely lunge there as well. He can control Nat, you know, and going into one of those sort of death drop, you know, scenarios is not an easy thing, because if he drops her, you know, she could crack her skull. So I think, you know, they're doing...
Right. Let's try not to focus on that. No, OK, let's do the music. This is what they're dancing to. In the sunshine of your love.
I think, just listening to this right off the bat for a cha-cha-cha, I think this is going to be exciting because there's a lot of space in this music to fill it with moves, and I think it'll be exciting because it's opposite of what you would think a cha-cha-cha would be. OK,
Matthew, is that a good cha-cha song?
I think it's OK, but what I'd like to see is for him, like Alicia said, to let go more. He's got good hip action, but the top of his body is kind of always quite stiff and a bit kind of forward. So if he could lift his shoulders back and kind of allow his back to move, then I think the whole thing will look softer and then it can be more free.
OK, very good tip. Let's have a look at Ali and Brian.
Brian and I have given this everything since the beginning, and I really, really want to see it through. So we've made it to the quarterfinals. To make it further in the competition, we are going to have to go out there and really, really give it everything and nail these dances on Saturday night.
OK, you love their Charleston. How does this... I mean, it's the dreaded samba, as it's known, but how does it look to you, Craig?
Well, I like her dancing, I really do. She has natural rhythm, she has a natural talent and gift for dance.
Yeah.
She has beautiful arm placement, and we always go on about that. And it's those finishers that make the dance actually look crisp and clean. And that's, I think, why people vote for her in that way as well.
It's true. Matthew, how do you think that looked? Because everyone talks about the samba bounce. That looked nice and bouncy.
Yeah, it's very bouncy. And very clean, but I'd just like to see a little bit more kind of rawness in it. I'd like them to grab hold of each other and kind of be a bit more sexy. It's a little bit too kind of precise.
It's hard, yeah, but it's a bit hard in big boat white trainers.
True, yeah.
All right, let's listen to the music. Here we go. Little Merryweather. Do you like that?
I like it. I think that you know, with Brian and his precision and how I love the way Brian finishes, like you said, finishes stuff. And if she can get that right, I think this will be a very exciting dance to watch because it's current, it's modern, and it's something different.
It's a very exciting dress. I know this is, but I just want to get through everyone. Let's do the dress quite quickly.
OK, my darling. She's going to be wearing more of a leotard than a dress, actually, with a little bit of beaded fringing. And she's got it's a gorgeous little sweet heart neckline, which is, you know, a 40s sort of throwback. I think this is really going to suit her. And, of course, she's going to have a massive orange tail feather hanging from her backside. Okay. So that will be good to watch, won't it?
Yeah,
brilliant.
Always needed.
OK, let's have a look at Chris and Ola.
There's a lot of pressure this week because we've got 2 dances, and I feel as if all week we have no second chance. So if I don't get it now, we're stuffed. And that's how I'm approaching training all the time. Before, you could say, oh, I'll get it tomorrow, don't worry, don't panic. But I really feel the pressure's on.
They're training incredibly hard. How does their samba look, Revel Horwood?
Odd and individual.
Oh, gosh, why would you say that?
No, it does. It really does. I don't know. He's creating it himself, really, I think, here. I mean, there are some... He does have rhythm, you know, that has to be said. And I know that his Charleston last week was a real sort of success for them and wonderful because you're seeing that personality. But this dance requires a lot more technique than people realise.
No, I know it's a very hard dance, but it's about improvement and the journey, and he's improved. This is what they're dancing to, John. Hey! Hey!
You know what? What's interesting that it's a salsa song to a samba.
Yeah.
But it's irrelevant, yes. But I do think that personality can only take you so far. That you'll have to do some good dancing here because I know he's bubbly, I know he's charismatic, but you know what? We want to see technique, we want to see dancing. Personality secondary to dancing this week, and I think that song will be good for them if they can nail the dance.
I think it's at least it's sort of carnival. What do you think, Matthew?
Yeah, it's definitely more carnival and has that kind of the right flair kind of for the music. But I do think that he's using a lot of his kind of face, right? More his face than his actual body. You know, his arm, he's quite still, and his face is going for it. So I think if you can try and calm that down a little bit and get it into his body.
OK, wait, we don't have too long, so we have to. But it's a good point. Let's have a look at Layla and Anton.
This week, we all need to pull it out of the bag. 4 of us, 2 dancers each. There are no room for mistakes. End of story. If there's a mistake, you're going home or you're in the bottom 2. There's no 2 ways about it. That's the conclusion of the night.
OK, how does this look? I love a salsa.
Yeah,
Craig,
me too.
how does it look?
Well, it's a party dance. You've got to get into the soil, into the earth of the dance, and she's simply not doing that. The hip action, I have to say, is non-existent when she does just all her normal stuff, and it's just, at the moment, all armography. OK,
very good. Oh, I like an armography, though. Let's listen to the music.
Can I be totally honest?
Yeah.
Predictable.
OK.
Predictable. And I think that if you're saying the hip movement, because you really need to, like you're saying, get into it. If that music, she can't get into that music because it's easy to get into, then bye-bye.
OK. I can't believe you said that. We're out of time. Thank you so much, Craig, John and Matthew. That's all for tonight. I'm sorry it was a little one. Don't forget that the main BBC One show tomorrow night starts at 6:40 with a separate results show later at 9:40. We're back on BBC Two again every night next week.